health. With me in studio I have Yvette. Yvette is back. Karibu tena. You look lovely. We have Wycliffe as well. These are not new faces. Wycliffe Bota. And of course Leah is also joining us. Leah, is this your first time?
Yes.
Karibu sana, how are you?
I'm fine.
I feel at home.
Thank you so much.
We're talking about social media and mental health. How is social media affecting our mental health, especially in this day and age? We're seeing a lot of people are using, social media. We are consuming a lot of content. But let's just get into this conversation and see how my guest this morning relates with this, social media and mental health. Yvette, tuanzie kwako. I see you're very, very active on TikTok. That is where I've seen you mostly. I wonder if that is your favorite platform.
Yes, it is.
Oh, why TikTok?
Okay, for me, I would say that TikTok enabled me to feel my niche, where I can really develop myself in terms of my generation, where they are mostly found. So you see, the people I address mostly, the young people, the Gen Z, the teens, are mostly found on TikTok nowadays, unlike in Facebook or in other places like X, you see. So that's why I chose TikTok as my main platform of influence. I'm also in other social media, but I spend most of my time in TikTok because that's where I get my audience.
Yeah. So when you say niche, what exactly is your niche? As we get into this conversation, that it gets to a point to now we're tying this to mental health. What is your niche?
Okay. So my niche is on identity matters. People to discover who they are and what they are meant to do, that is purpose. And so I realized that for me to reach a point whereby people are able to get my message effectively, I chose TikTok. And I realized my generation, or most of us, struggle to find who we are. And that's why you find people are in an identity crisis, you see. So that's why I found myself there, and that's my niche. I usually talk about identity, and I also talk about my profession, which is on money matters. But mostly you'll see me just address issues to do with identity, among other things. Yes, so that is my niche.
Does it have anything to do with mental health issues or mental illnesses being on the rise?
Yes, yes. It actually has a very, very big gap with mental health. And I would say this. You see, mental health is a state of mental well-being, both emotionally, psychologically, and also physically. And so we realize most people, when they grow up, everyone wants to discover who they are. Everyone is seeking something, a voice is calling within them. And so we see in their quest of discovering who am I, where am I meant to be, what am I meant to do. So this is what I call identity. And that's why you realize, psychologists will tell you that people are in an identity crisis. People are so many things such that they are confused. They studied this in school, they find themselves doing this, and other people tell them, by the way, let's come into dancing. Dancing is paying. So you find by the time someone is reaching maybe 40, they ask themselves, by the way, meaning nani? Others know me as a singer, others know me as a dancer, others know me as a lawyer. So you see, it's an identity crisis. So yes, it is related with mental health at a very big level.
Wycliffe, do you think there's an over-obsession? I was being quite careful not to say over, because obsession is a bad thing. So do you think there's an obsession with social media that in turn is leading to a rise in mental illnesses? And when you say mental illnesses, kuna vitu kama depression, kuna vitu kama anxiety. Do you think social media is a contributing factor to this?
Yeah, I can say it's true. Social media has brought a lot of, you find a lot of people are very anxiety. They even don't want to miss their platform, their phones. Unapata msee yako kwa sim troth, akimiss simu kidogo, anakaa kuna kitu amemiss. So you find like people are connected, their minds to their phones. But msee kama ni TikTok, anataka kuscroll TikTok, kama ni Twitter, akaangalia tu, kama as in X, akaangalia tu. So unapata mtu akona a lot of anxiety. What happened at this time? Like nowadays you can find people hata walali throughout the night, mtu kwa phone angalie nini imehappen, nini na trend, nini. So people are so much into their phones. I think that one ndo imefanya hata maybe hata depression, maybe mtu anapata depressed, maybe there's something going on na mimi sina. something like that. So people are so much into their phones that they are affecting their mental health. You find like everything in their mind, they're thinking about what is happening, what's trending in the society. Yeah.
Do you think the young people want to add this as a problem that, you know, us now being quite active, overactive on social media, do you think that the young people, and sijui kama mimi pia ni young, lakini wanasema young ends at 25 ama sijui ni 27, but do you think that the young people really see this as a problem in itself?
For us as the young generation, in the class 5, maybe I'm there. For us it's a normal thing. When I'm missing my phone, so ndo naona sasa that's no abnormal. Unajua I'm that kind of a person, maybe simangu kizima like for 1 hour napata niko stressed out. Isi mimi masani mimi si simu.
Wewe sasa weekly kuna
stress. Kama mimi ni weekly sana. Maybe somewhere hakuna network. Unajua kuna ile place unaenda hakuna net. Sasa mimi mbona sijashika simu? Unajua kuna ile maybe ile message ninge reply, ama kuna ile kitu ningeona mahali. Ama kuna kitu ninge post ama ninge comment. So maybe napata niko disturbed in my mind. Mbona siko on? So that's what I'm saying, as a sisi sasa hizi gadgets zetu sasa ndio inatufanya tukuwa abnormal. Sisi sasa tukukaa hapo. Ile kukaa hapo ndio inafanya sasa tuone kama si something normal. But for us, most of us, being online and all those stuff is a normal thing. But maybe now the other millennials ndo ni abnormal. But for us as the Gen Zs and the young people, we say it's a normal stuff. That's why even you find a lot of pressure online at atukiangalia ma memes, manini, ma small hizo quotes za online, unapata they mostly inject those people who are not active in social media. They inject them badly. So that's why I say for us it's a normal stuff.
So is it because of the content that, this is interesting, Leah, we're getting to you, but do you think it's because of the type of content that people consume that is just so addictive? Shida ni nini? Why do you feel like if you're not maybe if you're not on the internet, tuseme labda umesema kama network hakuna mahali, then what is the problem? Nini inakuwasha sana that you just have to check your phone?
Maybe I can say maybe it might be two things.
Addiction.
Kuna ile addiction first, alafu kuna ile maybe kuna content fulani ninge miss. Ama maybe you are in conversation with someone else, alafu umefika mahali umeenda offline. So uta feel like I'm missing that person. Maybe I could have responded to message zake ama call zake. Alafu kuna ile sana unasemea addiction. Nataka nijue kama saizi tusemee show ya asubuhi. What's happening kwa hii show? Nini inaendelea? Ama content fulani imenipita kwa nini? Unajua the kind of tutakanga ile second hand information. If something has happened, nataka ipate kiwa hapo hivyo raw.
Live.
Sasa itakiti kama for example game ya jana, unaweza kuambia unajua game ya jana ilikuwa kali. Nataka sana nione ikiwa kali peke yangu. Lakini niambie story. So the most of us nataka tupate ile first hand content from the owners.
All right, so it's always about content. What do you think? Do you think we are overusing social media?
Yes. I can say social media and mental health are tightly connected, two of them, because these two platforms are enabling people how to think, feel, and how to relate with others. So, social media can either build mental health or break mental health, depending on how it's being used.
Have you ever felt pressure from social media, Leah?
Yes. I can say yes, because right now, young people are undergoing a lot of pressure, because maybe through what you see online, you can see girls of your age going far, doing a lot on social media, improving their lives. So you just say, why me? I also want to get followers, get likes, like so and so. So that's the pressure young people are having so much right now. And many young people also want to look perfect, like what they see online. So social media is affecting young people, because they want to relate their own real life to what they see online, which is really affecting their offline life.
Comparison, the thief of joy. Stealing your joy is kweli uko social media. Yvette, have you ever felt pressure from social media?
Yes, I have. Oh my goodness. Actually, in high school, I was in a very bad crisis, a mental crisis, because I came from a home whereby my dad believed you will be given a phone when you finish school. So you find you've come for midterm, and I was in a school that gives you pressure, because in that school everyone had phones. So you see people are coming back and they're saying, by the way, I posted this. People have big platforms and I'm there. I'm like, this person has this following, and they're just a Form 2 student. And here I am, my parents are denying me a phone. I really felt like I cannot exist, to the point of I had to find a way to get a phone. You know, I had to find a way to be online, because I never wanted to miss out the way my colleagues were saying. You just want that first-hand information. You want to belong. So whenever someone could hear, guy, you don't have a phone, kwani, how are like your parents? How is your life without? Yeah, exactly. How is your life without a phone? You're not even on TikTok. So how will you even live? And for me, it took me. When I was a teen, I used to hate my parents because of it, because I felt like, why are you denying me an opportunity to really have a phone? And that's when I found myself even going to do computer studies, not because I wanted to do it, but because being in that computer lab, I could build an account. My parents don't know about it. Teachers were not following really. So you find I am able to establish a social audience. Now I'm like, but then I'm usually on Instagram, I'm usually on this, and that really made me lose my value, I can say, because I just wanted to be like people. Because at that time, I think it was Asia trending. With her challenge, with another challenge. So I was like, who is Azia? Why don't I know her? Everyone is doing her challenge. And so I felt really bad that I'm not able to even do that challenge. I'm not able to be like Azia. And that is the time TikTok was really coming up. So I was like, the queen of TikTok is here, and I want to be like that queen, but I don't have access. So yes, I have been there. I really felt bad. You see the way I'm very vocal. I went silent for a while because I don't have the gadgets, and people can't associate with you because you are not there yet. You know, you're not in their level. And so I decided to just be a loner and sit with myself, you know, and that season was really a tough one.
All right, interesting. Wycliffe, you know, sometimes they say that wale watu wanatusi watu online. You see, when you post something and then somebody just abuses you and bullies you from nowhere. Do you think that social media has contributed to people being that way? Like to building bullies? Has social media contributed to that? Ama, a bully is just a bully, hata kama ako off social media. What do you think?
For that one, also I'll say it's both two-way thing. Because if I'm used to bully, even if I get you physically, I will say what I want to say. Also
for real? Because some of these people say that, you know, umtu ni tu keyboard warrior. Like if now they face you, they cannot tell you what they're telling you online.
Most of people nowadays, they talk a lot online than physically, with them physically.
Yes.
Like mostly, let's say like most of the bloggers, they're very active in online.
Yes.
But when you get them in the real life, hatuna shangoni mimi sana ongeanga sana online. So kuna hiyo difference mbili. So now most of the people who are very active and very arrogant online, in real life they are very, very polite. You find someone anashanga, kwani jana ulinitusi. Tena ni wewe huyu hadi anaweza kusalimia. So others take online like there is an entertainment side, a joking side. They can joke with you. They can abuse you badly, but they don't mean it. They just want to make people happy. Comment section is quite attractive. So they don't mean what they type there mostly.
Lakini sasa unabully mtu at the expense of your nini? Your validation, surely.
Nowadays unajua kina kitu crazy ndio unapata likes na following. So ukiwa ile genuine unataka kuwa clean, huwezi pata hiyo following na likes. So people are like, let me abuse this person. Maybe I will get the
now that's a form of mental illness. Ama, what do you think? So if you're going to bully someone, so you're mentally ill.
Unajua, okay, for me inaweza kuwa maybe msako mentally ill, lakini saa yeye ajui kama ako mentally ill. Juu saa anataka tu ile attention ya public. Anataka tu Wacha for example nikuje kwa page yako, look umepost leo, maybe show ya leo, nianza tu kuku attack. Sasa unaona? Ndio at least nipate maybe hiyo view yako, hizo views zako pia ningaweza kuja kwangu kidogo. And that's what people normally do nowadays.
Yeah.
They come to your content, they rubbish you there so that they can get the following also.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sasa undo pro, undo sasa.
Kumbe stuff imeenda huko. Hata siku hizi ukiangalia most people hawaangalia hata hiyo content yako. Siku hizi watu wanaangalia comment section.
Right.
Wanaangalia watu wamesema nini, watu wamesema nini. Kwanza kama hii challenge imekuwa juzi ya shaka hiyo. Wasa wanaingia comment section, watu wanasema nini huko. So that's it.
That is where a lot of mental illness inaendelea hapo chini.
Yeah. Hapo unapigwa kamba kamoja hata unasema.
How can we use social media for progress? Because you brought this up, Leah. You're talking about that social media can be used for good and it can also be used for bad. But I want you to walk us through how these platforms can be used for progress and growth.
Okay, these platforms, most of like TikTok or Facebook, Instagram, most of the people have improved their lives through these platforms because one, you can even get to TikTok, upate mtu amekuinspire, anakaa mentor. So, inasaidia sana because unataka kukua kama huyu mtu. Like you just want to follow these footsteps, unataka kujua yeye ameimprove aje up to akafanya hizi vitu zote anafanya sahi. So, imesaidia sana watu kupata inspirations through mentors who improve their own lives through what they post. Unapata inspire mtu mmoja ama wawili. Yes.
What do you think people who are struggling never really know they're struggling? Now that you're an identity coach, Wycliffe brought this up. Ametuambia that sometimes bullies don't even know they're bullies. Somebody who has a mental illness don't even know they have a mental illness. But looking at how you deal with people and how you interact with them, do you think that a lot of these people who are struggling with depression, for example, because that is one thing that we've seen that a lot of, I don't want to say Kenyans, watu wengi sana wako depressed. That's how they say it online. Do you think they ever realize that they are depressed?
No, actually, a majority of the people who are depressed or who are having just different mental issues, it can be anxiety, it can be an expressive disorder, so they never realize that they actually have something wrong. These people are seeking to validate something. You see, even those people who go to cyberbully others, they just see a post and they're like, I just want to be on this person. Some of them even don't know the person they're bullying, but they just enjoy doing what they're doing because they're like, this comment of mine has led people to my page. So they don't even realize that this is a disorder I have. They don't realize that I'm hurting this other party and this other party will go into a crisis because of me. For them, they're seeking validation, they're seeking attention because there's something that they missed growing up or there's a trauma that they have. And so you find social media has, in as much as it's an avenue of growth to some certain people, it's also an avenue for so many people to go into mental health crisis. I would say, especially right now, I am really saddened by the fact that we have our parents or us as upcoming parents are giving children access to social media a lot. You realize in our generation, people close school, if you have teenagers, because I also do high school mentorship, those children spend a lot of time on their phones. They are sleeping late hours. You realize young people are online up to 4 a.m. and a person will only sleep for 1 hour. You see, so even their sleep pattern has changed, and they don't understand that even their brain cells are being affected because the more screen time you're spending on your phone, or it can be even on your computer or on your iPad, you're damaging your brain, you're damaging your way of thinking because of the things that you're watching. Most of the time, people are not really using social media for good, especially the young people. People are seeking attention. People are seeking, they're looking for a place whereby they can just express themselves. Others, they're looking to pass time and forget their sorrows. You see, there is a person who is addicted to alcohol will tell you that I am in this to just forget my pain. It's the same person, it's the same way a person addicted to social media. They never know that they're addicted, but they find this place as the only place whereby I am at peace, whereby no one will judge me, whereby no one will even know if I say this comment, who will know me, who will follow me.
Just hold on there.
Yeah.
We'll be coming back to that point of validation, right, from social media. But I want us to cross over to Emera Olesereni once again. Michelle, let's joining with you once again. Talk to us what's happening.
All right, thank you, Odida. Once more, we're here at Emera Olesereni for the launch of the Circularizing Program, an initiative that aims to focus on women and also the youth. Well, earlier on, we had an opportunity to speak to Abdi Mohammed, the CEO of Absa Bank Kenya. Well, I'd like for us to hear what he had to say.
You know, GIZ, Africa Guarantee Fund, and other partners joining us here today. We also have a number of the MSMEs that are part of the program that we are launching. And so it's great to be here, really looking forward to the event. It's a very, very key step in Absa's sustainability journey and really key for the development and continued journey of our Absa Foundation.
Okay, now from Absa's perspective, why is it the right time to be investing more in enterprise-led solutions?
I think the sustainability agenda for Absa has been ongoing. We've spent a lot of time, a lot of resources over the last few years. We believe the timing is right. We believe that we need to support MSMEs, young people, women-led businesses that are doing extraordinary stuff. And today we are seeing a link, you know, between the MSMEs and developing small business in our country, as well as environment. So it's a link between two very key pillars of the Absa Foundation. And we're very excited to be here to launch this partnership.
Great. Now, today's launch brings together the government and other development partners. Why are partnerships so critical in making real progress for MSMEs?
I think with the subject of MSMEs, but also the wider subject of sustainability in general, partnership is the way to go. There is no one organization that can do it alone. And today, as you say, we have a lot of partners from the private sector. We have representatives from the Ministry of Environment. We have representatives from the Ministry of MSMEs and small business. And therefore, we feel the support that we are getting from Government of Kenya, from the non-governmental organizations that are represented here, from other private sector players, is all quite important, because this is about partnership, it's about doing it together. And that's one of the core principles of the Absa Foundation.
Okay, now as we wrap up, when you look ahead, what would success look like for Absa in supporting enterprises like the ones that we're discussing today?
I think for us, success will be defined by the key pillars of the Absa Foundation. We're spending a lot of time on environment and on environmental issues. We're looking at entrepreneurship and helping people develop small business. We are looking at issues around education and also health. So we'll track ourselves on all the key pillars that we've set for the foundation. We believe that over the last 2 years since the launch of the foundation, we've achieved a lot in this journey, but we believe there is a lot more to be done. And that's why we are here. Events such as this create the energy that we need, the support that we need from the partners across the chain.
Thank you, Mr. Abdi Mohammed.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Looking forward to the event.
All right, there you have it. That is what Abdi Mohammed, the CEO of Absa Bank Kenya, had to talk about the Circularizing Program. Well, of course, we'll be here the whole day on standby just to understand more about the program, and there'll be more updates coming along your way. Over back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Michelle, and we're looking forward to this event, as the CEO has talked to us about that. Let's continue the conversation. Back here in studio, we're talking about social media and mental health, just trying to understand how these two connect. Wycliffe.
Yes.
Do you think people define their self-worth, from social media? Like when you utakuwa unajipost hapo, uone if you're worthy or not. I really want to understand how the young people interpret self-worth through social media.
I can say from that side, that thing has misled many of us. Because people see when they are having a huge following, maybe I'm having 100 followers, they think that's the ndo wako nayo kwa account.
Yes.
So you find like someone anaweza kujibeba kwa juu juu akona following kubwa, of which like you find someone anajona is a celeb na ana kakitu, so you find like unataka kujiclassify somewhere where you are not fit.
Yeah.
Maybe you go some hangout even na boys, you don't want even to share with the other boys because you see like now you are a star in that group. But you can be wafanya something you cannot do, you have nothing. So also that thing is misleading some of us. And as I pia others maybe are getting something. I don't know, two year round. Kuna those who are using social media to make money, others are using social media just to get fame. Others think that fame turns into money.
Yeah.
They don't know that now it's you to look money out of that fame. So that thing also, it affects the generation of current generation, young generation. Yeah.
Right. Le, have you ever felt the pressure to be quote unquote famous? Ukiona pale on TikTok, for example. Twitter is always in my mouth because I'm active on X. On TikTok, right? Umeenda pale unapata this, whoever is doing the content that you're also doing, but they're doing really well as compared to you. Have you ever felt the pressure to be, just as good as they are? The pressure fulfill?
Yes, of course you must have that pressure.
You must?
Yes, because...
Yeah, I mean, I've never had that pressure. You must? Tuambie.
Okay, lazima tukue na hiyo pressure. For those, mostly, kama you are doing something same na the person mwenye unaona online vitu anafanya. Kama anafanya same na wewe, na they are having more likes, more followers on TikTok, on YouTube, and so you must have that pressure, and it helps because it can also improve what you are doing on the ground. For me, I have an organization called My Girls Rising Foundation. I'm the CEO and the founder. I've seen girls struggling with confidence because of what they see online. Kama, let's say you have seen a girl doing what I'm doing, because we normally provide girls with sanitary towels in schools, both secondary and primary, offer mentorship programs and environmental programs. So when you find that this person is doing the same thing like you are doing, some people lose even confidence to stay even hapo online, because online is where this the moment you have those comparisons of your own, it affects your feelings. So it's also not good.
All right.
Yes.
Yvette, Lea anasema, if somebody is doing what you're doing and they're doing better than you, you must have that pressure. Do you think that this is a good mindset to have, being that we're talking about how social media affects our mental health?
Yeah.
Do you think it's a good mindset?
I would say it is good and bad to some extent, depending with how you are viewing it, because the market is always competitive. You will always find someone doing what you are doing, but how you take it, or there are people who see competition as their thriving space, and there are people who see competition as a rivalry ground. So they will be jealous of this person, those who view it as rivalry. They won't want to know what strategies this person using in the same market that I'm in, that they are thriving more. So instead of them seeking to learn, they'll seek to bring this person down. But you'll find another person on the other hand, they see this person has gone ahead of themselves, but they don't demean themselves and say this person is better than I am. But they say this person has a strategy that I may learn from. So why don't I connect with this person and get to know, okay, if both of us are selling clothes, how comes you are thriving more than I am. What strategy are you using? So you see, it's a matter of a person understanding who they are first of all. Because the people who compare themselves, their low esteem, how they view themselves is actually the problem. And that's why they'll be comparing. That's why they'll be hurt. Why is she or why is he doing better than I am? We started at the same pace. Why is he doing? So they will be changing themselves over and over again because they want to become this. Because they don't have that self-validation or self-confidence that I am enough, I am worthy, I can do it and I can make it. So you see, they don't have this understanding. The understanding they have is that one of, I don't belong, I'm not enough, that's why people are not following me, I am posting. There's a question you asked him, if you post a photo and someone maybe you haven't gotten the feedback you get. There are people who actually can even commit suicide because of that. They posted and maybe it's only one person who liked the post, that is them themselves, and no other person. So they'll feel, I am so ugly. Yani as a post
People do
TikTok.
that?
Yeah, people do that. People do that. When you go out here and even you go to campuses, you realize some people are cutting themselves because they started a platform online and they're not receiving the feedback they should, or people are not following them. Okay, so you find a person inampeleka to the point they are cutting themselves. When you go to our high school, teachers have to check students because you find people have cut themselves because they were seeking validation. They are seeking approval from online. They want to feel, especially ladies, I don't know if men are usually affected more on this one, but the feeling of self-worth is mostly ladies. So you'll find they go to any extent. Others will even steal. I want to dress this way. So if I cannot afford it, then I will steal. Others will enter into prostitution, or they'll just find themselves in wrong things because they want to build their social presence to be really great.
Wycliffe, Yvette has asked a very good question. That had you, if also men, you also feel, it's affected, that your self-worth is affected, through social media. Is that an issue for you men?
For men, it's rare cases. Most of the thing that affects men is about if someone is a flaunt online, maybe akona do. So maybe that the thing can give men pressure. Most unananga men, even their comments, they say social media isiwapatie pressure. So that's according to men. Maybe like I can say from the current situations, pale social media, maybe young people are flaunting, maybe they have a lot of cash, they have bought new machines. So now the things give men pressure. But now the other things like maybe nimepost, sijapata likes, sijapata following, that thing mostly does not give men pressure.
That's an issue for men.
Then an issue. But if today I wake up, maybe tomorrow I wake up, I go and get a new machine, maybe my age mates will see, kwani Wycliffe ametoa wapi doa akaenda akachukua gari leo. Sasa hiyo ndio inapea say pressure. Hiyo doa akanunua gari. Ukisema sema mbona sijapata likes mingi kama zake. That one does not give men pressure. So sema hiyo ndio difference sana ya ladies na men. Ladies anasema mbona huyu akona following, mbona akona following, maybe akona 50k na mimi tunaanza na yeye, mimi bado niko na 10 struggle. So ndio maybe inapatia ladies pressure. But as for men, maybe don't inapatia wanaume pressure sana. Mbona huyu amechukua, ama maybe ameshika phone kubwa kuniliko na maybe my classmate. Maybe the all of your classmates, maybe your cubemates pale shule, pale college, pale university, maybe wameomoka once. Umebaki tu ukiwa hapo. Na wana post kwa social media, huyu sijui ameshika CX5, ameshika sijui nini. Uko tu hapo maybe umechill tu una anything. So those are the things that give men a lot of pressure.
I don't know what you think, Claire. Have you ever felt, vibaya ati you posted something and you didn't get the number of likes that you were intending to get?
Yes.
I know, make up social media.
At times, okay, unaweza post kitu enye ulikuwa unafikiria itaenda viral, ule ulikuwa unafikiria sasa. Alafu jioni unajaribu kuangalia hata haijafika 200 likes na ulikuwa na hizo expectations. So ina affect vile tu amesema, girls are mostly affected by social media. Hiyo pressure, as much as social media is being used as a tool of growth, it's also a source of pressure, also for the female gender. Sababu hiyo pressure inakuwa too much. Kama mtu hata akitoa TikTok na let's say video yake iko very much clear, unakuwa unasema kwa nini yake ni clear kuliko yangu. So girls are so much affected by that pressure.
And do you think it's TikTok that really has this problem? If you compare it to other apps, which platform gives people more pressure?
TikTok.
Yvette,
TikTok.
You're a TikToker, Sana. Wycliffe, you'll also be telling us what you think about it. You're a TikToker, Sana. But why do you think it's TikTok that's giving people more pressure? Because Kitambo, before the rise of TikTok, because TikTok rose in Kenya around 2020 during COVID-19. Kwani watu walikuwa naishije? Then now it comes to this point in 2026, 2025, we are seeing, you know, a rise in these mental illnesses that we're now talking about.
Okay. So I will answer this way. You see, there's so much pressure. Okay, before other platforms, Facebook, Instagram, they were the thriving space. But now you realize most young people weren't really much there. It was basically millennials and the other previous generations. But when TikTok came, it's provided grounds for growth, massive growth. They had good, good packages that people were running to. And so everyone was running to TikTok. Everyone wants to be on TikTok. And so you realize the pressure to belong or the pressure to succeed really left the other social media platforms, and everyone was going into TikTok massively. And so people really lost the main reason even they went there in the first place, because everyone is coming with this person is coming with a different content, this person is coming with a different content, this person is coming with a different content. And when TikTok came, it basically boosted talent. Before even it started boosting businesses, it was basically a talent platform. And so you see, that is where most youths went to, because most youths were like, by the way, our talents were not being seen before. Yes, they were in Instagram and Facebook, but they were like, no, these apps were not really seeing us. And like how TikTok has enabled people to rise in their talent, dancers, singers, people rushed over there like so massively. We see even children nowadays, there are those who are dancing and they are thriving in TikTok. So when another person is coming up, maybe they don't have, the way she was saying, a clear phone to do the content, or they don't have even people managing their platforms. They just have a simple phone. And so you see, when they are coming to TikTok, they are coming with an expectation of the way this person has grown. Also me, I can grow the same way. Okay? And so you realize this person has come expecting instant growth, like the one that happened in 2020. There's a big difference for a person who opened an account in 2020 and a person who is opening right now, because right now TikTok is very competitive. So you see, a person is coming 2026 to open TikTok, a young person, and they're expecting the same growth that as they had experienced, they will also experience. So you see, when that is not happening, this person goes into deep depression. They're like, why is this thing not working for me? Why is, and that's why you see, kwanza nowadays kuna TikTok live, especially young people love doing TikTok live from 12 huko saa sita. Some of them are really frustrated. Unapata mtu ako live ako like, guys, why aren't you seeing my content? You're not following me. And they're literally crying to look for followers. So you see, so I would say that pressure really came because TikTok was for promoting talents. And right now when it's competitive, young people are being depressed because you see, they're not really thriving the way they want to. They want things fast, and it's really not going that fast.
Wycliffe, you're also telling us something about TikTok. Do you feel like TikTok ndio inapatia watu pressure sana?
Mimi naonanga hata TikTok na Instagram ndio zinapewa watu pressure excess upenzi. Unapata msee, okay, kuna watu wanasema ni class ya wako TikTok, wako tu Instagram. So ukiangalia content za huko Instagram maybe, alafu clarity ya video yako pia, so inapatia wase hiyo pressure juu. If your video is low quality, na hii mostly kwa ladies mimi naonanga. Kwa video yako ni low quality, unapata unajiona kama hujafika. So like hiyo pressure. Alafu unaangalia most ukipata kani analyze mablog analyze on analyzing TikTok na Instagram. Angalia hata hizo page zingine. Hizo ndio most wanaanalyze hapo. So unapata hiyo. So hizo ndio two social media mostly currently zinapatia wase pressure sana. Wanataka ukitoka kufungua simu asubuhi, hata before mtu aingia hata WhatsApp maybe anataka kufanya IG.
Yeah.
Ana nini imehappen akiwa amelala.
Anafanya tu rotation.
Akitoka hapo mtu mwingine atasanda rudi TikTok maybe angalia video zenye alimiss. Sasa maybe akujisa kuangalia WhatsApp angalia ile amemtext. Yaani niseme those two become fast, alafu WhatsApp inamalizia angalia mwenye alimtafuta. Yaani mtu akoraza angalia kitu imehappen, ndio angalia hata mtu amemtafuta.
As we wind up this conversation, what do you think now we should be doing? Yeah, what should the young people be doing to save themselves from social media pressure? Because pressure itakupatia mental illness, itakupatia depression, itakupatia anxiety. Now, what should change?
Okay, social media, it only need guidance. Okay, to their parents maybe and people in their society, you can only...
That is for young kids, yeah? Because I'm assuming the mzazi wako is the dictate how you're using your social media. Ama can they?
Yes, social media only need guidance. If these people are informed and got that confidence, or are informed that this social media has got these effects, avoid pressure and all those. So I can say to parents, lakini hata watu wakai na wazazi most of the time, but kama as watu wakigrow, watoto wakikuwa wakubwa, ukiwa na wao, you can guide them. Have those open conversations instead of restricting phones or fear to your kids or these young people. Guide them on how to use this social media positively. And I can also tell them to avoid the screen time.
All right. Hiyo ni ya watoto. Lakini I want Yvette atuambie as an identity coach. Na wewe unatufungia Yvette. The director is already telling me to close the show. But tufungie na show. Tuambie now, you know, as young people, 18-year-olds, going 35-year-olds, the youth, yeah? What should we be doing differently to just save ourselves from the pressure?
Okay, I will tell young people in my generation, social media doesn't have all the answers. The answer is actually inside of you. So whatever you're seeking inside that platform, you won't find. So reduce, be disciplined, be consistent, and just know that you are enough.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, that wraps up the show for us. Just know that you're enough, and that's a very good parting shot. Wycliffe will pick it up from here next week, right? That is Wycliffe Bota. We have Yvette Ngasia, and of course, Leah is also here with us. Thank you so much for making time, ladies and gentlemen, for us to have this conversation on the interlink between mental health and social media. Let's continue this conversation online. TV47 Kenya on Facebook and on YouTube. TV47 Digital on X. You can tag me at @Ann_Dida. 0793267279 is our WhatsApp line. Send us in a comment. We'll pick it up from here next week. My name is Ann Odida. Good morning and do enjoy the rest of your viewing.